What's up, everybody? It's our Win It Minute for the day, and today I'm so fired up. I got my good friends here, the Shelfers, Jana and Jason. And if you don't know them, you gotta check them out. You gotta follow them. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and now a podcast to boot.
That's right.
Man, but they have so much fun. I've been watching them for a while now, and they have so much energy. You guys have so much fun interacting with people. I just want to ask you, how do you have that Win It Minute mindset almost of just upbeat, positive energy every single day? How do you guys have so much fun on camera interacting with people? What inspires you to get that energy?
First of all, I think we're both people. And I think we both get energy from connection. But I think the mindset, what has been the biggest change for us is really intentionally living in gratitude.
Gratitude, yeah.
And so I am a paraplegic. I was injured in a car accident at age 15. And at the time, I thought that was the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen to a 15-year-old girl. And my dog is having the greatest time ever. I don't know if you just saw her run through here.
She's having some gratitude right now.
When I first got to the rehab hospital, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm paralyzed, I can't walk, I can't do this, I'm such a victim, basically.
The can't syndrome.
And in the first couple days of being at the rehab hospital, there was a quadriplegic sitting in the lobby, and he asked me if I would be so kind to scratch his nose for him. And as I did that, it was like a shift in my mindset. Now, mind you, I was 15 years old, but at that time, it was a shift, and all of a sudden I went from feeling like, oh, this is the worst thing, to thinking, how lucky am I? Because I still have my hands, which led to I still have my mobility, which means I have my independence, and I have my mind, and I have this voice, and I have all of these wonderful things. And if you really start intentionally being grateful for things, it will take you into a different frequency.
Focus on what you have and what you can do with it. And I think it was Theodore Roosevelt that said, do what you can with what you have from where you are.
Wow.
And everyone deserves to live the best life that they possibly can. And that's what we're doing.
What's so incredible about this whole thing is that I've been in a wheelchair now for 30 years.
Wow.
And in the past 5 years, I have gone through a depression. And in that depression, I started slipping a little bit back into that, I'm tired of being disabled. I just want to be like everybody else. And I'm tired of having to deal with all of these obstacles in my life. And again, it was gratitude that started pulling me out. I started making a journal and writing down intentionally 5 things a day, which led to I don't know how many things, and I'm not allowed to repeat anything. But the biggest shift was I started being grateful for my paralysis.
Wow.
And when you start becoming grateful for those very things that you thought were your weakness or what was causing you suffering, and you start saying, you know what, I'm grateful for my paralysis because it's because of my years in a disability that I have all these fabulous stories to tell, and it's because of my situation that I have a unique voice, and it's because of this deep introspective growth that I have attracted such a wonderful love of my life, man. And it's because I'm in a wheelchair that I can go into a party and all the conversations are happening 3 feet above my head. I've learned to bring the energy down to me, and I've learned to be an entertainer so that people don't see my wheelchair. It's a magic trick. So it's like when you start saying, why am I grateful for my paralysis? You realize over the last 30 years, it's helped make me into who I am today.
Wow. That's a very powerful message and story. I mean, I think that's something that I've really kind of embraced, and especially during right now COVID, everyone's at home and there's so many obstacles in front of us, and it's so easy to get caught up in this isn't fair, or like this, I'm not happy with this situation, and I find myself dwelling once in a while on obstacles and things that are causing problems in my life. But really, obstacles can be opportunities if you look at them in the right way. I mean, perspective is powerful. It's like how do you was just someday you realize that, or do you work on perspective every day? Is that something?
It's normal to flinch, right?
Yeah.
And that's what an obstacle is, and that's what anything that scares you.
That's what makes us human.
Yeah, that's human nature, is to flinch. It's running and hiding or holding on to what scares you, or what that obstacle is. If you're going to hang on to it and love it, that's what's going to hold you down. It's an anchor. Any obstacle is an anchor. What does this get me? What can I be grateful for in the situation? And how can I grow from this? What are all the blessings I can find in it? That's where you just blossom. And that's what sets you apart from everyone else in the world that wants to hold on to their anchor.
When you realize that things are working for you and not against you, that seems to be huge.
Yeah.
And I know in my particular case, this COVID thing, I wanted to be a speaker. At the beginning of January, I said my New Year's resolution was I am going to speak in 3 countries this year. Then COVID happens. But in that,
There was a flinch.
that was a flinch, and there was different ways I could have handled that.
Oh no!
But what happened was Zoom started happening, and people all over the world started getting on this new platform. And I'm in a group called Toastmasters, and next thing you know, there are meetings in almost every country. Since COVID started, I have spoken in Japan, Russia, Mexico,
Canada,
Australia,
Switzerland.
Wow.
I mean,
I
the
can't
list
even-
just goes on.
Singapore.
Germany, Germany, Spain. So many every week. I'm speaking in a different country, and
And not just with
so
Toastmasters.
it's not the plan
Yeah.
that I had in my mind. It's better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. That's such a powerful message. Obstacles are opportunities. But also, I think the other thing that I've learned, when you look at it that way, you become more persevering. Perseverance is something I've really tried to focus on lately. What do you find is the key to having perseverance in anything that you do?
I'll tell you,
Go ahead.
it's realizing, hey, I made it here.
Yeah.
I just have to make it to the next minute.
To win it?
Yeah, that's exactly. It's funny you say that, because that's exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
You give us a win at minute all the time, and just thinking about that, I just have to make it to the next minute. And if I can't make it to the next minute, can I make it to the next second?
Yeah.
And I can,
And
because I just did it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a firm believer that the universe gives you what you can handle. So all of your prior experiences have led you to where you are today, and there's lessons in whatever you're going through, and you can build upon the resiliency skills that you have learned in the past, and each time you get a little bit better. So your persistency gets a little bit better. Each time you go through a struggle, you're gonna learn how to handle it.
Yeah. Learning, and I think progress are key to winning the day. But this has been a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
I love it. Let's do this again.
Deep. Got a little deep. Is that okay?
That's what it's all about.
The
This
only
is how
thing-
we learn.
The only thing that kept it a little light was that my dog went and jumped in the lake, and she keeps look at her. She's like, "Come here, Tater." She's like all wet and I don't
Needs a
know.
bath.
She's happy. She's happy, spreading positivity.
That's what it's all about. So get out there, win the day, the chauffeur way.